Marianne Faithfull's story is not just a tale of a musical icon. It's a journey of overcoming life's harshest challenges and emerging as a symbol of resilience. From a young girl with a hauntingly beautiful voice to a woman who defied the pressures of fame, Marianne's life is a captivating roller coaster of triumphs, struggles, and transformation. She was never just another pop star. She was a survivor who faced unimaginable struggles, some of which would have broken even the strongest of people. But did you know that Marianne Faithfull, despite having one of the most distinctive voices in music history, was often overlooked in the limelight compared to other celebrities? Her story isn't just about the fame or the music. It's about how she navigated her own personal battles while still staying true to who she was. Her life, filled with drama, loss, and redemption, serves as a powerful reminder that it's never too late to reinvent yourself. But what makes her journey so intriguing? What was it about her resilience that has kept her relevant even decades after the peak of her career? Born on December 29, 1946 in London, Marianne Faithfull entered the world at a time when cultural shifts were sweeping across the globe. Her father was a soldier, and her mother, a baroness, came from an aristocratic background. Growing up in a seemingly perfect family environment, Marianne's early life was one of contrasts, between privilege and a deep yearning for something more. At the age of 17, her life would take a sudden turn when she met Rolling Stones' Mick Jagger in 1964. Their relationship would become one of the most talked about in rock history, but Marianne was more than just a girlfriend to Mick. Her voice, described as raw and tender, immediately captured the attention of the music world. In 1964, Marianne's career began to take shape when she recorded As Tears Go By, a song written by Jagger, Keith Richards, and Rolling Stones manager Andrew Loog Oldham. The song was a commercial success, and suddenly, Marianne found herself thrown into the bright lights of the music industry. But while her career was skyrocketing, her personal life was just beginning to unravel. The combination of youthful fame and the weight of an intense public relationship began to take its toll on her. As the 1960s went on, Marianne's fame grew, but so did her battles with addiction. The rock and roll scene during that era was notorious for its excess, and unfortunately, Marianne became a part of it. Behind the image of a glamorous pop star was a young woman struggling to find her place in a world that demanded everything of her. The public and the press were obsessed with her relationship with Mick Jagger, but what they failed to understand was that Marianne was struggling with much deeper issues that would later influence her music and her legacy. By the late 1960s, Marianne's personal demons began to overshadow her career. The pressure of being in the public eye while facing inner turmoil was almost too much to bear. But despite all the challenges, she never completely gave up on her music. In fact, these very struggles would come to define her later work. The 1970s were a pivotal period in Marianne Faithfull's life. After the height of her initial success, she found herself in a steep decline. Addiction, heartbreak, and public criticism left her in a state of near oblivion. By the mid-1970s, she was living in relative obscurity, grappling with the effects of heroin addiction and the collapse of her relationship with Mick Jagger. The highs of fame had given way to a harsh reality, but it was during this dark time that Marianne found her true voice. Her 1979 album Broken English marked a complete shift in her sound and image. The album was a testament to the hardships she had faced, and its raw, gritty lyrics spoke to the pain and confusion she had experienced. The Ballad of Lucy Jordan, one of the standout tracks on the album, resonated with listeners due to its deeply personal reflection on the challenges of womanhood, aging, and self-worth. Broken English wasn't just a comeback. It was a reinvention. For the first time, Marianne Faithfull was not trying to please anyone or conform to expectations. She was simply being herself, and in doing so, she found a new wave of success and respect. In the decades that followed, Marianne continued to redefine herself. She didn't just return to the music scene, she transformed it. As the world of music continued to evolve, so did Marianne. She embraced new genres and collaborations, proving that her artistry was far from over. In the late 1990s, she released Vagabond Ways, an album that saw her return to her roots but with a new sense of confidence and wisdom. What made Marianne's resurgence even more inspiring was her ability to maintain relevance in an ever-changing music scene. While some of her contemporaries faded into the background, Marianne was constantly evolving, releasing new material and even collaborating with younger artists. In a way, her career was a reflection of her personal journey, a story of highs and lows, but one where she always emerged stronger. While Marianne Faithfull is primarily remembered for her music, her influence extends far beyond the stage. She is a figure who represents survival and the power of reinvention. Her life wasn't easy, and the public often saw only the surface-level aspects of her struggles. But behind her albums and interviews was a woman who experienced the full spectrum of life, the highs of success, the lows of addiction, and the eventual redemption that came from staying true to herself. Marianne never allowed herself to be just a rock and roll casualty, as many had predicted. Instead, she used her pain and her experiences to fuel her creativity. She became an icon not because of her fame or beauty, but because of her willingness to be vulnerable, to be authentic, and to always keep moving forward, even when the world seemed to be against her. What's truly remarkable about Marianne Faithfull's legacy is that it transcends music. Her story is one of empowerment and strength. She never allowed the pressures of fame, addiction, or public perception to define her. Instead, she defined herself by the way she responded to those challenges. Today, her influence can be felt in the music of countless artists who, like Marianne, refuse to be boxed in by societal expectations. But beyond music, Marianne's story is a powerful reminder that it's possible to reinvent yourself at any stage in life. She faced unimaginable obstacles, yet she turned each challenge into an opportunity for growth. Her journey teaches us that our struggles don't have to define us. They can refine us, making us stronger and more capable of embracing the life we deserve. One of the most striking aspects of Marianne Faithfull's journey is the way she turned adversity into strength. While many might have crumbled under the pressure, Marianne chose to face her challenges head-on. In an era where the rock and roll lifestyle was synonymous with excess and self-destruction, she became an example of how one can rise from the ashes. Through her struggles with addiction, broken relationships, and the scrutiny of the public eye, Marianne found a way to emerge not only unscathed, but stronger than ever. She began to reshape her identity, not as a fallen star, but as a woman who had survived and thrived against all odds. Her resilience became a central theme of her music and personal life, and it resonated with her fans who found solace in her unwavering spirit. Her ability to keep reinventing herself in different phases of life speaks volumes about the strength of her character. Unlike many of her peers, who were consumed by fame and personal demons, Marianne proved that even the most tumultuous chapters could lead to a new beginning. Each album she released told a story of growth and change, both as an artist and as a person. She was not afraid to confront her past, but chose to use it as a stepping stone for future success. This ability to find redemption and purpose through struggle is something that many people, regardless of their profession, can learn from. It shows us that no matter where we start or how dark things may seem, we always have the power to create a new narrative for ourselves. Marianne Faithfull's influence reaches far beyond the confines of music. As an artist, she became an embodiment of defiance, breaking away from the norms of the entertainment industry and showing that true artistry isn't defined by fame or perfection, but by authenticity. She was unapologetically herself, refusing to conform to society's expectations of what a woman in the spotlight should be. Marianne used her personal struggles, her battles, and her vulnerabilities as the very foundation of her music, turning her pain into something deeply relatable for many of her fans. Her honesty about her life, including the darker aspects, made her music resonate with generations of listeners. For anyone struggling with their own battles, Marianne's journey became a beacon of hope, showing that it's possible to rise again no matter how far you may have fallen.